recording? Hi, this is Marcus Kemp here, and I'm reporting in for MetalTemple.com, and I'm here in London where I am joined by Tom Englund from the band Evergrey, so thanks for talking with us today.
Anytime.
Alright, well, first things first, just going to ask you some questions about the new album. And the first one I'm going to ask is, well, this is obviously, something that almost, never, happens. So would you like to tell us a bit, about how it actually came to be, sort of given the circumstances?
Yeah, I mean, we were in a point in our career where our old drummer Hannes got an opportunity to play with Sabaton, and I told him that, yeah, I mean, you're 23 years old, you should go and do that. And then it sort of felt like Evergrey came to a point where it maybe was time to do something else. We have been doing this for 20 years, so maybe it ran its course. But then we had 2 shows booked that we had to do because we were contracted to do them. So I asked my old members, Henrik and Jonas, if they could step in and do just 2 shows for us, and get paid and all that. So they did that, and during that time we discovered that thing that we had before they left, where we actually enjoyed each other's company, and there's something going on when the 4 of us play together that is sort of unexplainable. There's some sort of magic, I could say. So then we started having all these long meetings and discussions, and just to get everything out on the table, and so that we wouldn't run into this relationship again and end up where we left off, basically. So after long consideration, very long, half a year, we started writing. And Jonas had already written a lot of songs that sounded like Evergrey in a way, and we had written some. So the actual recording and composing process of it was extremely smooth and very quick too. We started writing in December, and we had finished recording in May, so it's extremely quick. Yeah.
And I think as I was actually sort of reading up on you guys, before actually coming out to the show, one thing I noticed in the press release is obviously, well, a few of the lyrical concepts mentioned, and they definitely seem to be quite strong. So would you say that those concepts related to how you felt while you and the band were making your decision about the future?
That was actually before that, long before that. I ended up being exhausted, and it's called exhaustion depression actually. So I had been working at a very high level for a very long time, 20 years almost, where Evergrey was the most important thing to me in the world, and that work stress and that workload sort of took its toll on me in the end, and I ended up hating everything that Evergrey related, basically. So this the lyrics on the Hymns for the Broken is about how I felt then, and how I came to feel different, and how I came to see some sort of light in the tunnel, and how I overcame that feeling of agony and distress.
That sounds sort of quite deep.
Very.
Yeah, let's see, and I could sort of definitely sorry, start that again. And before I actually came out to the show, in fact, over the past couple of days, I have actually sort of been given the new album a few spins, and I couldn't help but sort of notice how strong some of the melodies were, and I think it sort of relates to what you're sort of talking about there. So was it actually sort of quite a challenge, actually sort of thinking in your mind about how the melodies for these songs were actually going to sound in the new style?
That was, as I said before, it was very easy. It came. I find that when we do things that are honest and coming from the heart, it's very easy to do it. It's not an effort at all. So, and I mean, the melodies, I don't know. I can't explain where they come from. They just come. It's a sixth sense, if you will. It's weird.
Yeah, let's see. So that's a nice question. Aside from all the things you do with Evergrey, you've also taken part yourself in a few other musical projects, such as also being like a guest musician, producing, writing music, and all that. So is there anything else you're currently doing right now aside from Evergrey that you can tell us about?
I'm doing a new episode album, and I'm writing a book, and we're starting writing a new Evergrey album as well. So yeah, it's a handful.
Yeah, so it definitely sounds that you've got a lot to keep yourself busy with.
Yes, definitely. And I love it. So it's what I do.
Alright, cool. And this is just kind of like a little follow-up to what I just asked. Is there any sort of musicians left that you would actually like to work with?
Many. But I mean, if I could dream, I would love to work with David Gilmour of Pink Floyd. That would be great. Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits would be awesome too. Sting would rock. There's so many musicians that I'd love to write something with. But I'm not striving to do it. I'm not searching for them. I'm not.
Yeah.
But of course, it would be awesome.
Okay. Who would you say inspires you when it actually comes to writing music? Are there any musicians or bands you look up to in particular for inspiration?
I think now it's it's so late in the game. We have. I think when we started out, Dream Theater was one of the reasons why we started writing at all. But then we quickly realized that we weren't as skilled as them on our instruments, so we had to find some music of our own to pursue. So, but I mean, of course, all the bands that we listened to when we were kids, like Iron Maiden and Kiss and Yngwie Malmsteen and Pantera and all of those bands, of course, influenced us. But I mean, not today. It doesn't work in that way. That's maybe subconsciously then, but it's today we try to find music that comes from us. So, and that is bound to be influenced by everything that we've listened to through the years, of course.
Yeah. Definitely. Let's see. Out of all the songs you've ever written for Evergrey, which one would you say you're the most proud of?
There's two actually. Faith Restored is one, and A Touch Your Blessing is another one.
And is there any particular reason why?
I just find them to be great songs. They are. I mean, really, there are so many songs that I find to be great compositions, because otherwise I wouldn't have been doing this. But those two sort of stand out for me. And another song called also Solitude Within, which was one of the first songs where I felt like, yeah, this is how we should sound. And some songs just have some songs are just big songs, that work live and work on the CD and are people's favorites too. So
that's pretty cool. And out of all the shows you've ever played over the years, which one is your least favourite and most favourite?
Least favourite is easy because this was very recent. We played in Denmark in a shithole.
Yeah.
Horrible. I never encountered such a place ever. I don't know. Yeah, so that was easy. Copenhagen sucked. Best show. Did you say that?
Yeah.
There's so many great shows. I mean, we had a great show yesterday. We played for like 10,000 people in Grass Pub. But I mean, we played at Sonisphere Festival in France once, which was like 50,000. I mean, if you value it in terms of attendance, then those two shows are pretty cool. But I mean, there's so many aspects of a live show that are cool. We play a lot of acoustic shows also, where we just play acoustic instruments, which are fantastic to have the ability to do such a thing, present Evergrey in a different shade, if you will. And those concerts usually are more intimate,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, I couldn't name one show actually.
Well, that's no fair enough then. And just going to take a break. Let's see. What would you say are your current favourite artists or albums that you just sort of listen to in your spare time?
I listen to the old stuff that I've always listened to, like Pink Floyd and Bon Iver, and I don't have any current bands that I listen to that much.
Yeah.
I'm not that much into buying music. You know. I listen to the old stuff that I've always listened to. So.
How that's no fair enough. Then each obviously well to their own. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up. Throughout the course of this year, you're going to be obviously, across. You're going to be travelling all over, playing, different shows. Well, obviously with Evergrey, including some more European ones, and even sort of traversing over to the States.
Yeah.
So, how are you sort of, feeling about the future of the band now that you've obviously got your new album out, new kind of like a new, fresher lineup, new sound, and although basically just how are you feeling about the future of, music in Evergrey overall?
Yeah, I mean, we decided very early that we should take things slow. And we don't want to rush into anything. We only want to make shows that where we can, look and sound our best. So we're planning like 6 months ahead. And right now we do this, and then we do the American tour, and then we'll see what happens. So it's not like we're lacking offers. It's more that we want it to be the right offers.
And I've got one last question. And are there any sort of fellow Swedish artists or band or sort of like fellow AFM label bands that you're sort of keeping an eye on at the moment?
I mean, of course, since I'm in Episode, they are also on AFM. That's one thing that I'm keeping an eye on right now. But there was also another band called Borealis, I think, who are opening for us in America. Was also on AFM and their new album is fantastic.
Yeah, and are there sort of any sort of obviously like Swedish bands that you're sort of keeping out because nowadays I find that Sweden it does actually produce like a lot of fantastic bands. So
yeah.
So are there any sort of bands from that region you're sort of keeping yourself?
Yeah, well, not any new ones. I mean, we're friends with pretty much everyone from In Flames to Opeth to Dark Tranquillity to Hammerfall to Motorhead, some of the Swedes in Motorhead, and but I haven't heard anything new that I want to give props to or anything like that.
That's fair enough. Then I think that's also just about all that I've got. So I just want to say thank you for taking the time out. Thanks for a great interview. And is there anything that you want to say before we finish up?
No, I mean, just check out the new album, and if you haven't heard Evergrey before, this is a great album to start with. So yeah.
All right. Well, cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.